because I do 1,300 crunches and sit-ups 4 times a week.
What's a dose? Can you translate for us?
Winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Ernie Els.
Welcome back to the Go Track, everybody, the podcast about golf and golf adjacent stuff. Guys, we try and bring you as much different golf content as possible from South Africa and from Africa. And today, I'm very thrilled to introduce you guys to possibly a brand you may have seen recently on social media. But we have the founder behind that brand, Slater Golf, and I have Steele Slater with us today. Steele, welcome to the Go Track. It's going to be great to find out a little bit about Slater Golf. We like to try and cast a spotlight on local brands that are doing stuff in the golf space. So yeah, just dive in. Tell us a little bit about Slater Golf and the inspiration behind it.
Cool. Thanks, Terence. Thanks for having me on your show. Appreciate it. So Slater Golf is a golf and lifestyle brand. And I use the word lifestyle because we lean quite heavily into that. We position ourselves as a premium brand with a heavy lifestyle lean, so that we obviously have some appeal to people outside of the game of golf, with the intention of bringing more people into the sport and making it more accessible to those that sort of don't know or play the game already. The whole idea was born out of sort of mutual love of the game that my dad introduced me to, my late dad, who was also in clothing for 30 years. So we have a rich family history in the clothing space. And it was really just taking these two passions and combining them. And, that was sort of where it was all born. I had a chat to my wife about 2 years ago, when I was sort of conceptualizing the whole thing, got her backing to dive sort of head first straight on into this thing. And yeah, just really enjoying the journey. It's been super rewarding today, having, the feedback from people. Feedback and comments have been hugely positive, which is very encouraging. I'm just super pumped to be waking up every day doing something that I really, really love.
Still, you mentioned your dad was in, textiles for the best part of 30 years. Just talk a little bit about your kind of how textiles, you feel like it got into your bloodstream from when you were a young age, spending time around that industry.
Yeah, so my brother and I used to attend the factory sales from like sort of 4 or 5 years old. Back when rollerblades were first introduced, we used to skate all up and down the factory floors, cruising between all the seamstresses and causing trouble. But yeah, I got the bug early. My personal style is, wouldn't say like conservative, but I'm not like into the sort of loud garish prints kind of thing. Like I keep it quite understated, and that's definitely like our intention with Slater Golf is to place a huge emphasis on discerning design and a major focus on quality. But yeah, I've always just loved clothes, loved fashion, loved sort of creative outlet. Just spending time on that factory floor, cruising in amongst the offices, like wherever you went into any of the offices, there were always those big mood boards with swatches. And back then there were no computer generated tools or whatever to use. So they always have those like artistic cokies. So they used to put full ranges together with effectively with Koki drawings. And I mean, he had some incredible brands on their books. They did Nike, Calvin Klein, Levi, Puma were some of the major ones. And with Nike's sponsorship of the box, it was kind of like a full circle moment, because in 1996, 97, was the first time that the box got sponsored by Nike, and those very jerseys that they used on the field, because back then the jerseys were also cotton-based, all came out of my old man's factory, which was really cool. And I got one hanging in the closet. In fact, it's the only one I've got. But yeah, really, really cool, inspiring space. And it always just sort of stuck with me, and had this pull to just do something. And I eventually caved, 20 years later.
So, that sort of ticks the textile box in terms of how that got into your DNA. What about golf? Where did that passion start? And maybe talk a little bit about some of the golf experiences you shared with your father, and like those kind of connections that's kind of inspired Slater Golf.
Yeah, of course. So he introduced me at about 5, 6. He was a member out of Beechwood, which at one stage was Durban Country Club's second course. It's had quite a rich history, Beechwood, the recent takeover. But it was an authentic club. It was pretty casual and laid back. I remember he used to run the school called the Monday School, which was a lot of the guys in the rag trade. He was the captain of the school, and his secretary would send out a message to all his mates, to all the guys within the group, letting them know which course that they were playing, and they just knew to be there at 12. And if you rocked up, they threw balls and off they went. And they would normally get about 20 guys on any given Monday. Monday seemed to be the sort of chilled or off day for guys in the clothing industry. But it was predominantly based out of Beechwood. And so just by virtue of that was where we sort of played most of our games together when I was a kid. And so I just spent a lot of time in and around the club. Paul Potterton was the pro back then. So I took lessons with him. And then as soon as I was ready to sort of head out onto the course, it was just I just absolutely fell in love with the game. It was super special. I mean, if you play golf with friends and family, you know how it is. It's just one of those games where you just get to spend quality time with your playing partners over the course of 4 or 5 hours in some of the most beautiful environments in the world. And that was always the appeal. I got to spend a huge amount of quality time, sometimes just him and I, at the times with my brother, with friends, a couple tours together. It was just a really cool place in which to foster a beautiful father-son relationship.
So you've married these two kind of passions in your life that are kind of woven into your DNA. So talk a little bit about the types of products that you guys have launched with Slater Golf, and then with products that you're looking to get into, to bringing into the market, and then maybe just chat about kind of the markets that you guys are looking to enter.
So we've launched off the back of our accessories range. We're in one of the cuts right there with our little Looper Fox graphic, which is inspired by the Masters. And we're currently working on our first main apparel line, which we're looking to drop in July. And that's effectively the sort of core line, or the essentials, if you will. It'll be just really well crafted, discerning in design, just high quality golf gear. And that's like our sort of always on merchandise, if you will. And then the plan is to every quarter develop a capsule range or a limited collection, drawing inspiration from all sorts of different things, whether they're within the golf space or not. And those will be sort of 8 to 10 pieces across the apparel and accessories, where we'll sort of let the creative juices flow and flex on our sort of more lifestyle, fashion-driven stuff, with the intention of that kind of being available exclusively online, with the core line being available in golf stores on course and in bigger pro shops or retailers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's really exciting stuff. I think it's a great time just in general in the golf space. And, I think from what we've seen, having discussions with kind of other people who've got startup businesses in South Africa and in the golf space, I think there's just so much room for growth and disruption, to be honest. So I really applaud you for taking the leap and bringing something, I think, quite unique and different into our market. And I'm sure you have ambitions to take it into markets beyond South Africa as well. Looking at your brand and the kind of core colors you got there, green can't help me remind me of an upcoming, probably one of the biggest events in our golf calendar, with the Masters just around the corner. And we've kind of put together as a collab with Slater Golf, the Goat Track and Golf Maps. We've put together a little bit of kind of a giveaway package. Maybe you can tell us, maybe tell the audience a little bit about what we're going to be doing over the Masters weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So Golf Maps are producing these beautifully curated golf course routing artwork, if you will. They're digital prints of some of your favorite local courses, as well as some of the most iconic courses in the world, being Augusta, Pebble Beach, Torrey Pines. Effectively, yeah, there we go, up on our screen. So you get them in navy, green, black backgrounds with the various options of framing colors. They're the natural wood, black and white. And so for our Masters giveaway, we're obviously giving away the Augusta routing. And I've partnered with Golf Maps for this giveaway. We're going to be putting in a package of our own with a whole bunch of merchandise from our range with the Looper Fox inspired by the Masters. And then I believe you guys are also putting in is it a one-off head cover that you had developed?
Yeah, so this is the kind of Augusta National prints that Steele's referring to. And then, from our side, guys, at the Go Track, and this is a shout out to the company Shanks and Son, also a local South African business who produced these beautiful canvas head covers, and they have produced a limited range kind of Go Track branded version. You see our little walking man logo there, but seriously great quality. These I currently use one, and really, really cool product, really well made. So we're going to throw this driver head cover into the giveaway.
Awesome.
So maybe just chat a little bit about how this giveaway is going to work.
Okay, so what we would like from you guys is if you could please follow the three brands. So that's the Go Track, Slater Golf, and Golf Maps. If you could tag three of your buddies in the comments. And then what we're looking for is on final day to please give us your prediction of the winner of this year's Masters tournament. And for the pool of people that get that winner right, those will then go into a lottery to reveal the final winner. Perfect.
Simple as that, guys. So you will see our video, which will be up on Instagram. And pretty simple. Follow the three brands, tag some mates, predict the winner. And we'll be doing that draw on Monday after the Masters.
Stuff.
Just quickly, wanted to give a shout out to Golf Maps. Really great products, guys. Go check it out, golfmaps.co.za. And just before we actually started talking, you were talking about the course where you kind of started learning the game, but I was rather shocked to see the course where I learned the game as one of the Golf Maps that's available.
No way.
Because it's a little place called Pollock Park, which is a fairly unknown golf course by a lot of people in South Africa, but this is on the East Rand, which is my hometown in Springs. Pollock Park. It's actually a 4-year-old golf course, amazingly, and I see that he actually has a map of Pollock Park up on there. So
that's incredible. Cool.
For my kind of legacy sake, I may have to make a little purchase at some stage of that. Shout out to the Golf Maps and that product, really cool, and I think probably make great gifts for friends and family as well.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, Steele, been awesome chatting. We look forward to continuing our collab with you. All the best. Enjoy the Masters weekend, and all the best for the sort of incoming new apparel lines that are going to be hitting the e-commerce stores soon. It's very exciting.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Terence. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on your show. Really enjoy what you guys are doing. So keep it coming.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot.
Cool. Cheers.